I have no ideas on the cold opening for this episode. Like that's kind of the issue. Is like I pressed this button expecting someone to have like a snark, and no one said anything. So I was like, I have nothing to riff off of.
So
Nice.
this would be one of the beneficial times for like you to do this through OBS, so that you could just like start recording and tell no one, but like it pops up on my screen. It's like 3, 2, 1, and so I'm like paying attention. But otherwise, I might just fucking let something fly, and then you're like, oh yeah, that won't get us canceled. We can put that out there, and then like cut the rest of it out. Like,
I love the idea of really using like because you said the Fab Shorts is like really underutilized. It's just you
yeah.
saying a slur, and that's just like it on the Card Guys YouTube channel. It's just that. Yeah, like what?
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, listen, you probably get a lot of views that way. Like, I think
You
it
know
would
what?
work.
Taking out the competition one knee at a time. Who Pipe Fiasco's next?
Oh, amazing.
Okay, I have one rant before we start the actual podcast topics and everything.
Okay.
Do you know what I hate lately? I've been hating that there's an AI button. This is Gemini on my Google Chrome now, and sometimes I just randomly click it. I don't like that. Do you guys have that? Like there's like a little AI button now. I don't like that.
I haven't messed with that at all.
Ask Google AI mode. Is that what you're talking about?
Dude, I have a little button that just says Gemini. That's all it says. It's like right next to tabs.
I feel like such a boomer. I have no idea what you're talking about, dog. Like,
Is it Chrome?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I'm in Chrome right now, and it just says Gemini right next to my tabs, and I'm like accidentally clicked it like twice.
yeah, I don't
I'll
have
update it,
that.
but I don't have this Gemini button yet.
Not me and Sam being boomer S's over here, like trying to navigate
guys-
through Chrome.
Dude, like watching both of y'all, just like
I mean, dude, I had to like make sure I had my glasses on for a second. I was like, maybe I'm not seeing it right.
okay, we'll get back to the subject later. I want to talk about it.
All right.
Oh, it's gonna be a hot one for today.
Yeah, that's it. I was like, how do you feel about the Google Chrome Gemini button?
Something that really relates to listeners, let me tell you.
Too
I was looking at our
didn't watch.
demographic, and it was dead on.
Too long didn't watch. Sam tried to keep us on point, and Taylor kept coming back to Google Chrome AI.
Yeah, that's your 60-second TLDR for this week is Worlds happened and Google Gemini is taking over Taylor's life.
And everywhere I go, I just see it. Ugh.
That's so amazing. I love it. I love it.
Okay.
So I guess
right,
let's
well-
talk about how everybody's week in the. Let's just skip the intro.
Yeah, it's just
Don't like the stream. Don't subscribe because you know what? If you haven't already, we don't want you here. How about that? How does that sound? What do you think
there
about
we go.
that?
Yeah.
YouTube.
This is all Zach's master plan to become the #1 fab streamer.
They're seeing right through me, chat.
That slur short is gonna go crazy later.
Man. Oh, that's so funny.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about Worlds, gamers. We all three of us played in Worlds.
Yeah,
How cool is
it's
that
crazy.
that we got to all play at Worlds at one time?
I tell
It's
you,
crazy.
about 5 of those games were really cool.
I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
Like,
How about-
honestly, on a real note, this was my first Worlds I've ever played in, and so I was very, very excited to play in Worlds. And I have to say the level of competition is honestly different. And I know that, you know, like these are all the same people that are at Pro Tours. These are all the same people that you run into at Callings. But like the level of competition is like in the 2-2 bracket. Pablo Pintor is like sitting 10 tables down to my right. Michael Hamilton is sitting like 10 tables up to my left. In the 2-2 bracket. I'm like,
That's crazy.
this is not your standard calling competition. You know, no disrespect to like people who like, you know, don't like playing Worlds and stuff like that every year, but like it taught me that next year 8 weeks is not enough time to prepare. Like, you know, we did 22 episodes of Road to Worlds. I thought about changing all my videos to like how to suck at Worlds. Like after I got back, just to be funny,
It's
just to
so
see if anybody
retro.
noticed. Yeah. But like I don't know. Next year, like we might get a solid 12 weeks of prep going into Worlds because like
Holy
the competition
shit.
is just on another level.
Okay, question. How mentally hurt would you be if they did like a high seas day of release, but for Worlds?
Yeah,
Wait,
no,
wait,
cool,
wait,
cool, cool, cool,
wait.
cool, cool, cool. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. That would make, 12 weeks of testing so easy. So please, LSS, I don't think you got it in you. How about that? I'm telling people not to follow. I'm threatening LSS. What else can I do to get the card guys canceled this episode?
Card
And we're
guys,
like what,
Oh
5 minutes
boy.
you
in?
better get an invoice for $5,000 from LSS on that one. What are you talking about, dude?
James
Oh,
just hits your
amazing.
DMs. Hey, we got a problem here, Zach.
Oh, dude, that would. You know what? I'd be like, oh, so you can reach out to me about this, huh, James? Like that's probably what I'd send back to him. Look at Taylor's face.
Nothing, dog. I got nothing.
I would just send him like a screenshot of me spending $5 grand on something utterly ridiculous, and be like,
Oh my
"Whoops."
god.
Check out this cat tree.
But no, Worlds was a lot of fun. I don't know. It was a very good learning experience for me, like to play at higher level. I know that I don't think you guys played out all 8 games. I know I did. Like
I did
being
all
my.
right.
Oh, did you?
I had
Okay,
to.
nice.
Yeah, I
Um,
had
I
to.
mean, well,
I talked to so many people who
at,
didn't play all 8 games, but like I don't know, just like getting those games in, at like that high of a level was just like I enjoyed getting that, even if I went 2-6 day one. Like 2-6 was like really disappointing finish, but I'm glad I got all the games in and I had the chance to play.
that's fair. I mean, the only games I didn't play out were the ones in the calling I didn't play in because this format's terrible.
Yeah, well, we don't have to worry about it anymore.
So that's I'm gonna derail it immediately. All right, this is me
Nice.
derailing this time,
Yes.
but I've heard a lot of discourse this week that some content creators are putting out that the LL actually was really good at Worlds, and that people are upset that they might be shelving it kind of more permanently now after this week, and I did not feel that sentiment from the community whatsoever in any conversation I had.
Oh,
I didn't have a single conversation about how Worlds went with anyone that didn't end or start with, "Man, LL was terrible."
yeah, that was all I heard too. It's like we were packing for like day two, and you guys were packing for the calling, and we're talking about like the Living Legend format. I think it was Eugene, and he's just like, "Oh, you mean Living Nightmare?" And we're just like all like packing up our stuff, like getting ready. And I was like, "Yeah, this is gonna be a rough day." And I was right.
Yeah. Like,
I Go ahead, Sam. Go ahead.
all right. So, I like I specifically heard some talk about how like the coverage games were kind of interesting for LL, and I will admit that some of them were. But that's also because they got to pick and choose extra games this time around.
Yes,
I
yes,
think
they
that
did.
definitely played a really heavy part. I also know that when we watched Top Eight, we started off with Majin in the Chain versus Marlin, and that was not a good game. It was just like him getting deleted and disrupted for a few turns, and then the game ended. There was no like back and forth. There was no skill expression of like flesh and blood. Majin just got absolutely just steamrolled. It felt like
Dude,
so.
that was a crazy game to watch with you guys. We were just like mouthed on the floor. All of us are just like, "What the?"
So like the very first instance where they didn't like get to pick and choose games ahead of time, it felt like it fell apart immediately, and that's kind of how it felt like for most of my games this weekend in LL, and also like the ones that I heard about. Of course, I'm going to hear more about bad beats than like good. But I like if you didn't like 6-0 your LL, I didn't hear anyone say good things about it, and I feel like it's adding like a real strong cognitive bias of I'm winning these games. Of course, I'm having fun.
So here is what I would say. I think if you asked a like high caliber player how they feel about LL, like let's take Michael Yassiger for example. He won 100 grand playing LL. I
You mean
still, but
you mean
I,
Matthew?
yeah, that was the announcement in the hall was I was so confused. Um, but anyway, I think he would still tell you that LL is like not great. Like don't get me wrong, I don't think it's as bad as everybody else makes it out to be. Like I still believe that, but it's not great. I'm very glad that they have taken it off of the constructed formats page on the website. I don't know if you guys saw
Yeah,
that or not.
I didn't see
yeah,
that.
I did.
So I think I can relate to some people being like sad that they may not be able to play this format in down the line once they've had more time to like tune it to an acceptable level. That I can kind of get behind. But this weekend, it wasn't it. I didn't enjoy my LL games very much. I definitely felt like it was super high rolly all the way through.
Right.
Granted, I took like the casino deck, as everyone knows it to be, and I didn't casino more than my opponents sometimes, and that wasn't great. Or I didn't casino with the right hands, and when you don't, it doesn't feel like the deck is actually all that powerful. I don't feel like I'm doing a fun thing. I feel like I'm just like I'm sitting across from someone who's doing a very powerful thing, and I'm not. That doesn't feel very good. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what it felt like for me. It's like, I mean, I also had ran into some funny cards in my games and funny heroes in LL. I just had an awful experience in LL. I love CC though, great format. LL was just a silly time. I also brought like a really bad deck. It is what it is.
Right. So I think to like illustrate Sam's point, I would like to talk about like my calling run. I started 4-0 in the calling. I played 9 copies of Channel Lightning Valley in my first 4 games. And I won them because I was rolling hot. And like I played 2 chains, I played a Briar, I played a Marlin, I played all matchups I'd like to see that looked pretty cool. And then I went 4-0 into 4-4 and missed day 2 of the calling. It was one of the weirdest experiences. Like a Dio threw a max V at me on turn 2 and on turn 4, put 2 processors into play on like the first 2 turns of the game or like the first turn of the game, played all 3 Spark of Geniuses on turn 2. Like I had a stack 'em up Florian deck. Put a Runeblood Barrier into play when I drew Arc Lightning Ball to try and like push through it in the game. I had a Viserai play all 3 Mordred Tides in the first 4 turns. I played against a Starvo who fused 5 times in 7 turns, and the 2 turns they didn't fuse, they had Channel Lake Frigid in play. So I feel like for as good as my first 4 rounds went, I got the other side of the LL coin in my last 4 rounds, and I feel like that just sums the format up in a whole. Like at the end of the day, I was like, I'm not even mad. I just played LL, and this is what happens. It feels like.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what my thought was too. I did have the best game of Flesh and Blood, I think, of the year in LL. Round 7 against Ed Knight. Dude, we played one of the best games of Flesh and Blood I've ever played.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
phenomenal. It was like a 1-to-1 game. You know, he like plumed for felling. He was on Starvo, I was on Marlin. It was I had to like pitch stack like a cash in turn. It was oh. I think me and him were both agreed it was probably the best game of Flesh and Blood we played in the last couple of years.
That's awesome, man. That's cool.
Yeah. I got to block winners well with take cover. That was cool, I guess. I don't think I've ever resolved that card.
I mean, sure.
It was cool.
It blocks
It
4.
works.
It blocks 4.
Yeah. Yeah. I love CC though. I had a great time in CC. Went 4-1 day 1 on Marlin. I got to finally show off that the deck is not poo poo pee pee, as all the other tier lists have said and told me that the deck's bad. I honestly, I think CC Marlin was better than LL Marlin. Like the data wise, it was, which was. I don't think the deck was very good because it was a known factor, and there's a lot of ways to actually play around the deck itself. The deck also has a lot of like, if you run out of gold, your deck kind of sucks and stuff like that. So you have to like continuously draw hot to keep it going. You have to use hook really crazily, and if Viserai has like a unmovable with armor, you just like lose your hook, which you just lose all this momentum. And a lot of decks came
10
prepped
foot
for the
tall.
10 foot tall and bulletproof was a card that we had in our decks. Well, not mine, but like as a counter to our Marlin, which was really good apparently. No, I just think the deck wasn't that well situated. As I mentioned to you when me and you did a video, Zach, I mentioned that I think people are going to overcompensate for Marlin, and I was dead on. And I think it was like one of the worst picks you could have had out of like the 6 or 7 known decks. I think it was probably the worst, and I think the data backs that up pretty heavily too.
So I do think that there was a lot of so I'm going to be honest with you. when you say people overcompensated for the deck, I actually don't think that's accurate based on the number of heroes that there were. Because I saw like there was a lot of people playing Marlin. Like the calling, like I'm pretty sure Worlds, like there was a lot of LL Marlin going around, and there was still one in top 8, even though like I understand that like there one being in top 8 doesn't like invalidate your point. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't think that people necessarily over teched for it. The deck became popular at just the right time, and then like it got out and people were ready for it.
I
I
think
played a Viserai that had red unmovable and shard in his deck, so he could pitch to red unmovable to make a rune chant.
It's also just because Starvo tech though, right? I mean, like, come on, like that's double
not in
duty there, right?
Viserai. Like you don't
Viserai?
run enough blues for that, really.
Yeah, but
It's
you're
Yeah,
on
very
yeah.
Arknight Shard, man. I
inconsistent.
mean, you're just gonna draw it. Like you're just built like that. Like, come on. That's the Taylor method. Listen, I guarantee you that person listens to the podcast. They were like, no. I want it more than this guy. I'm gonna draw it. And they did.
So
Right? I heard Arknight Shard was the best card in the tournament, Taylor. Isn't that what you heard?
It was really good into me for that one turn. Because then he went reduce to rune chant. And I was like, oh, wow, you have a rune chant. That's cool.
Insane.
Cool. You just wanted more than me at this game.
I do think that does illustrate like the problem with bringing Marlin and LL is that a lot of the tech was also good into Starvo.
Yep.
So like you kind of got the 2-for-1 sideboard slots.
I should have played Dio.
And,
I
yeah,
should have
and
followed my
I think a
heart.
lot of people were expecting Starvo to be one of the top decks. A lot of people were very prepared for that matchup.
I will
so
say,
it
though,
kind of hits it.
the only reason I didn't bring Dio is because of Sam. And that
I,
is,
I s-
I have the receipts. I have the receipts for this one. I've been saving them up.
I'm not changing my stance. I still don't think that deck was that good.
It's better than
I
Marlon.
think that like it had so many, maybe better than Marlin, sure, but like I don't think it has a good Starvo matchup, and that's like the biggest thing that put me off it.
I gotta tell you, I really enjoyed watching that finals game. Like watching, Yasuger go down to 1 to like then kill Matthew with cards in hand that he could attack with was awesome. I mean, that was a high.
Yeah. I like Flesh and Blood.
I don't know. If you're sitting on the other side of that table, though, wouldn't you be absolutely livid?
Not
I
I
don't like.
I don't know. Like all the games that Taylor and I tested, like with the deck, where like we were like he was showing me and like we were talking about it and stuff like that. I never felt mad when Taylor comboed me. Like I don't know. Like I guess I just understood that like that was the matchup. You either comboed me or I played Warmongers and then killed you, and like
Well, I
that
mean,
was
that's.
just the game.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, if you're looking at it through the lens of just Aurora, I can see that.
I mean, I guess if like you put $75,000 on the line, I might be a little bit more tilted if I die from 36. Like, sure,
Yeah.
like
Run your truth, King. Run your truth.
I mean, you never know. You put that much money on the line, and maybe I have a different feeling about it.
I think in reality, the best deck to probably would have bring, and you guys would never believe this, is it was probably Chain.
4
I
copies in
know.
top 8. Why would I ever believe that?
That
I know.
Pummel chain deck was awesome.
It was cool.
The Pummel chain deck was cool. I played against one in the calling. It was pretty sweet.
I think Gravy was also a good pick that we talked about a lot.
NLL.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like. I think it's a pretty decent LL deck, but I didn't feel good enough about its game into Viserai. I think it also could struggle into Marlin if you get put in the blender early, but you like run it over if they don't have like impactful overpowers the first 2 turns.
Yeah.
So I think the deck was fine. I don't think it was a bad take. It does some really, really powerful things if you get the right sequence of cards. But like I've also had turns where I draw like 3 cash-ins and only have 1 gold. And I'm like, I want to shoot myself, or I haven't had a chance to make a rum and I draw all my tomes.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's got some consistency issues too. So
I mean, every deck's got consistency issues in the
Yeah,
format.
I was like, I feel like that's just the LL the format though, right?
that's
Like
fair. That's fair.
you're taking a deck that juices and you're hoping to juice before they do. Like that would be like the descriptor I would give LL.
I would
You know
just
what
say that
deck?
like if you wanted to bring Gravy, like you just do it better with Dio. Like you juice harder with Dio, more consistently.
Okay.
I think the trade-off is that your Starvo matchup is Gravy is like fucking awesome, and your Starvo matchup is Dio isn't that great, I think.
Okay,
But
that's fair.
But
It makes
dude,
sense.
but like, how do you guys feel about your CC picks?
excellent.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would change about my list from CC would be that I would have been on Sigil of Solace instead of Parched Terrain. But to be fair, like that was not something I was aware of coming into the event. That was not like Cinder Tech that I knew about. So I don't really like blame myself for not knowing that, other than the fact that like, I'm not good enough to test things like that and to have thought that far into the testing process. But yeah, that was really cool tech. Other than that, like I would what if you told me we were gonna go to Worlds again this weekend, I would run back 159 of my 160 cards.
I would run back my exact Gravy 80, I think, for sure. I was 4-1 in CC, and the only match I lost was to the Mirror, and I think ultimately that was my fault. I think there's a little bit of variance in that I didn't draw my conks until I had a block with them, which wasn't great, but I had that game. I had fatigued my opponent if I make one different line, I think. Um, it was a Gravy Mirror where it's late in the game and he has no ally in Grave, just a Rigor Mortis on the board. He only has Humperdinks and Oyston left, and he has 2 gold. And my thought process was I have a Loot the Hold that I have to play to summon the Sawbones. I can take essentially 3 cards out of his hand this turn if I swing this at face. Even if he doesn't block, I still get essentially that many cards because of the Loot the Hold. And what happens when I send this face is that he activates Gravy, discards Oyston off the top, checks with Compass. There is an Avasti on top, and he pitches to gold, plays the Avasti. He's got 1 floating. Rigor Mortis, 6 go again, play Oyston, swing for 3. When I was expecting to block 6 and then have I set a 1 power attack to kill the Rigor Mortis in the following turn. That cost 1.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember if it was like Swell or Tipple, but regardless, I was gonna be able to kill the Rigor Mortis no matter what in the following turn. Was kind of my thought process, and that cost me the game because if I had 3 more life, I would have been able to tank the damage and then clear his final Humperdinck and win the game just by fatigue. He didn't have any damage left in deck. So,
Okay.
but those are the kind of like margins where I'm like, all right, this is a Worlds game. I can't make that kind of mistake and expect to
Sure.
win. So it's like I'm not really bothered. That's one that I can at least very happily look back and be like, I made a mistake here. This is something I can improve to get better. Those are always like the more rewarding experiences in Flesh and Blood, in my opinion.
Yep.
And then we go to my very next loss in round 6 in LL, and turn 0, it's Starvo versus New. I block for 6 on a blue attack, kind of expecting it to be a Mask of Recurring Nightmares, or like it could be 2 pumps. So I'm like 6 is probably a safe bet here. It is Path Well Traveled, so he takes a card from my hand, throws a Leave No Witnesses. Afterwards, I take 1 off the Leave No after blocking with my final card, and the rip off the top of the deck is Pulse of Eisenloft. And the New repeats to block all of my dominates. He plays Pulse of Eisenloft 4 times against me. Because he rebanished it off of a Bonds of Attraction, I think is the one where you banish a random card, or you pick a card to banish from graveyard.
Yeah.
He pumped 1 over the top and hit it with that. He also hit it with the Spec. And then he hit it 1 more time, I can't remember with what. But yeah, he played it 4 times against me.
That might be the craziest juice story I've actually heard. That you had your own Pulse of Eisenloft played against you 4 times in 1 game.
Yeah, yeah.
He just wanted it more.
It was
Dude,
brutal.
to be fair, I'm pretty sure that's the same fella that beat me on stream. So
It is.
he just
yeah.
wanted it more.
Yeah, like my opponent, I will say, one like the nicest people I've played all week.
Yes.
Like extremely nice guy. He gave me like this Kit Kat with soju in it afterwards, and and he handed me a.
It was
token.
strong. It was strong.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I mean it wasn't
It was
like
sick.
flavored. It wasn't like flavored. It was in there, buddy. I opened it up and I'm sitting next to a table, and it has like one of my locals, and locals looks at me and goes, "Are you drinking right now?" I was like, "No, that's just a Kit Kat, buddy."
I will probably butcher this, but I'm pretty sure his name was Gaichi. So if anyone knows him or he listens on the off chance, it was awesome to play
That,
against him still, even though I got sauced.
and yeah, and then
Very
I got
nice
sauce in
guy.
my stream game to him. Yeah, that was. I knew it was cursed from turn one. Whenever I went 11 overpowered, he covers up 11. I was like, "Oh, cool, smiley ear to ear, nice dude. That was really cool of you." Anyway, guys, did you guys see where I day 2'd on Marlin? How cool is that?
I was wondering how long it would take.
Yeah, like,
Wondering how long it would take.
how cool is that, dude? I was like, I finally like, I've been talking all this smack, and then I got to prove it.
I mean,
Come on,
I feel like
Talks a lot of smack, calls it the worst deck he could have taken to LL.
oh, it was dog shit. I'll be real, it was so fucking bad.
I feel like the moral of the weekend, and maybe you guys feel this way too, is that you should play what you want within reason. Like I feel like
I
there's a
think
line in
that's
the sand.
fair.
Like if you tell me that you love Betsy and you want to play Betsy at Worlds, like I'm probably gonna tell you not to. But if you had looked at me and you were like, you know what, like I love this off pick deck or something like that. Like if you'd been like, I love Kasai, I'd have been like, yeah, play Kasai. Like I think that is like my big takeaway from this weekend. Like, and for everybody who's watching this trying to read between the lines, I'm not saying I should have taken Victor. So, let's definitely not start that in the comment section. But like I do think you should be playing what you want. I don't know. Like I can't help I'm not disappointed with my picks, but I feel like I would have had more fun playing Jarl if I had just played the fatigue Jarl deck I wanted to play.
He did well this weekend too.
Yeah, Randy made top 8 of the Battle Hardened playing fatigue Jarl, which was
That's
cool.
my goat. That's my goat.
There was a
And,
Jarl in the top 8 of the revered Battle Hardened as well. That was like mid-rangey tempo-y stuff. They were playing like fellings and plows and stuff.
Yeah, it caught me really off guard because they had like stalagmite. I was like,
I also
Never
think
seen that
that was the cool tech.
Jason and who was it? They were playing the Jarl Mirror in day 2.
Jason and Josh Lind.
Yeah.
Lind,
Josh Lind.
yeah, Josh Lind made day 2, I know for sure.
Yeah. So it was about it was doing all right.
Yeah, I mean, they were day 2 and stuff.
Jarl Mirror day 2 of Worlds was not something I had on my bingo card. Please God, tell me that was on stream. Please.
No. No.
It wasn't.
Round 5, I sit down and I get paired into Eugene. And it's like Marlon Reinar. And the guy beside me goes, I can't believe this is not the stream game. I was like, I'm a little hurt right now, actually, too, dude. We proceed to have. Dude, it was a great game. I proceed to play 3 codexes in 4 turns to get King Shark back. And he's like, I hate this deck. And I was like, anyway, are you coming to dinner tonight? Yeah. I'm so sorry, buddy.
Oh, man.
I felt so bad.
That's something else. So for those who didn't get to go to Philly, we did enough eating for you. Don't worry. We went out all over the place, and it was awesome. Actually, excellent food.
Oh my gosh, we went out Friday night to some really nice sushi restaurant, and we brought Noah Bagelman with us. And I swear to you, he ordered like 8 things. I think it was actually impressive. I didn't even know he ordered 8 separate items. I was just like, mouth on the floor
like that. Now here's the real question: did he put them away?
Buddy, we all put it away. There wasn't a bite left on that table at the end.
All right,
It
so
was phenomenal. So
I love that.
I don't think Noah will mind us sharing this, but at one point, Noah's finally getting to the sushi he ordered, and he puts the first bite in his mouth, and he closes his eyes, and he says, I feel like it's disrespectful to have my eyes open right now. This is incredible.
It was just
that's awesome.
so Every time you look up from your meal, you just see Noah just eyes closed, just
He's having
Listen.
the time of his life. Like, oh my goodness, it was so delicious.
That's awesome. Thanks for the
where'd
invite, by the
you?
way, guys. I really enjoyed the dinner. It was great. I
Oh,
appreciate you guys having me.
I
You know,
thought I
We knew
thought
you
that you
had
had to like
your
eat with all
Friday
your aggro tears or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
aggro tears.
Yeah, I don't know. Your agronites?
Whatever you
What
want
do
to
you
call it.
call them?
No, dude. I appreciate the invite. It mean a lot. You know, I just I would have said no because I had plans, but like you could have at least invited me. I'd have been like, man, Taylor really values me as a
I
friend.
sent
That
you the
would have been
message on
nice. I'd have been like, it's
Grinder. What
nice
are you
to
talking
be
about?
appreciated.
Did you not check it that day? Are you busy or something? What are you talking about, dude?
Yes. Oh, amazing.
Note to self: he doesn't check his Grinder enough, and he
Yeah, fair
complains
enough,
about it.
yeah.
Not when I'm at events. I'm too busy. Too busy at events.
That's the point of it. Is we had events.
Oh Jesus.
It's like I don't want to buy a hotel tonight.
I'm gonna stop there.
No, please. Let's just drive this into the ground.
Derail
Like,
into something else.
I
You know
want.
what I really hate? The Gemini button. I really hate it, dude. It keeps popping up. I'm getting really angry.
Oh man, that's so good.
Oh, so let's start from the beginning of World. Let's talk about the keynote. What are y'all's opinion on the keynote?
He's already smiling.
Here you go.
I
So
don't even want to know what he's gonna say.
we did a little bit of pre-show for the audience here. Taylor led off with, "Man, the keynote kind of sucked," and Zach's eyes got as big as dinner plates. Like, what the fuck did you say?
My eyes
Oh,
got as
like,
big as Noah's dinner plates. I'd just like to confirm. Like, I mean, all right, go ahead, Taylor. Why did you not like the keynote?
well, there's two things. They didn't stream it, so it was very odd. I don't know if that decision was correct. In my opinion, I think it actually probably hurt a little bit more than it helped. And I know they wanted to get to the high production YouTube video, but I don't understand why it couldn't happen same. And I know that's a lot of work on the back end, but in my opinion, a lot of casual players I know locally watch the keynote more than they will watch the actual world itself because they want to know what products they're buying. Some people aren't into the super competitive, grindy, watch, blah, 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 block 18 times for 45 minutes. They just want to see what products they have, what heroes there are, and it not being on the actual LSS website probably hurt a little bit. The second one is I didn't really feel like that they revealed anything to me that wowed me out of my shoes. Like we got to see like 3 cards from the next set and a trailer, and then they just talked about OP and like how Silver Age Pro Tour. And I mean that's always cool. Hey, we're having it in LA or something. But there was nothing that wowed me in the keynote that made me go, "Oh man, this is going to be a keynote I'm going to talk about next year." It's like,
Hold on. Teklo head.
oh, I mean that thing's pretty sweet. But then like they ended on like the Warrior, and I was like, in April, I was like, that seems like really far away. I was like, for free to like show it and hype it up for me. I was like, that's like a completely different future. I was like, that was my one critique is I didn't feel like they had anything balmy for me or anything that really like caught my attention. The only thing that really caught my attention was like the trailer. Oh, Enigma, and then you kind of like pieced out that it was a supplemental set as you saw like Teklo, Vossen, and Levia. You're like, okay, got it. But there's nothing about that set or nothing that they showed that really made me go, oh wow, that's amazing. It was all like, oh, that's cool, I guess. Yeah, I mean, they could have just done this in an email, but this is cool. We didn't need to do the meeting.
um, that might be a bit harsh, but
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I like that's a little cold blooded for me, dog. Like, should have been an email. Like, and I do think that I know that Brian said it was logistics issues or whatever with like getting all the equipment there and stuff like that between trying to do like the 3 recorded games and streams for Worlds and doing the live stream there. Like, I mean, I saw somebody on like Twitter was like, Ethan's only got so much equipment, dog. Like, everybody cut him a break. Like, they were just being funny. But, I don't know. Like, I like the keynote. Like, I had a very different experience, and maybe I'm biased because I got to live stream the keynote. And so like I got to have that on my page. Like maybe that does bring some bias my direction.
Well, you also have to remember, you were streaming the keynote, you were getting these views. You were also there at the location. I'm someone that's sitting at a random spot across the world watching it on my phone on like 480 pixels as you slightly lag out a little bit. Our interpretations of the keynote was very different. It was
Oh, for
like
sure.
I think I I think that's one thing I didn't like was that like your stream was great. I'm just saying, but like it was like less than 50% of it. The keynote was the keynote, and so it like whenever these things were like shown to me, it was like such a low res or like so like underwhelming that like the presentation was just like okay, that's cool. And maybe that was had to do with like them not streaming the keynote because I'm literally getting second person to keynoted from a phone, and I'm like, oh, I mean like
So I will say to validate your point, the like people took my stream and like took clips of it and took like or they made their own videos based off like the pictures. And when I was watching it, I was like, okay, so like this is what you were seeing. And like
yeah,
don't get me wrong, there was nothing I could do about it because like I
no
wasn't
no
like it
no
was on
no.
my
Thank
phone.
you
Like
for doing it. Thank you
I
for doing
understand
it.
that's not a shot at me. It was just one of those things where it was like I don't know, like it looks so much better to me because I'm seeing it through my phone while I'm there, not like what you're seeing halfway across the world watching it on YouTube or whatever
Yeah,
like that. So but I mean like the actual like the things they showed, I really liked. I don't know, like I feel like like they showed us like they showed like the Jarl guy. I don't know if like we're gonna do like a Sage Jarl and like they showed Dromai and like they just like the I don't know, like the new gold packs and like the new like E-Strike and stuff like that. Like all that kind of stuff like and them talking about 2026 OP like got me really excited cuz these were like all things I wanted to see. I feel like we got more about the new set than I was honestly expecting to see. Between that and the magazine, like I like they said it was going to be a supplemental set. They showed us some of the new cool cards and then they showed us like the gold pack stuff. Like I mean, I don't I guess I just don't know what
So
you guys were expecting.
I would say for starters on that on the very last bit of this, I don't think they actually showed us all that much. They showed us a ton of reprints and some like draft chaff type stuff, and
yeah,
then like a couple like pseudo spike cards that might be good in like full context. But
Sure.
this is also a set that's 140 cards bigger than any other normal set. So percentage wise, we saw a really small amount, and it wasn't super exciting seeing that stuff. But I'll provide a different perspective on what you guys are talking about from a complete delusionist like myself. I was going into this keynote thinking they were going to announce Monarch 3 like they had said was
yeah.
going to be at the start of the year. So I was like, this is kind of hype. I like my light heroes, you know. Maybe we see a new iteration like there's the Shadow Necromancer and maybe Shadow Illusionist, maybe like Prism switches sides or something, you know. Just something cool. That's kind of like in my wheelhouse of what I'm like hoping for, but not necessarily expecting. And then the keynote starts, and I see Enigma, and my expectations hit an
This fell
all-time
too.
high. I'm like, Bisvale 2? Monarch 3? Is this the illusionist set I've been dreaming? No. Just completely dies, like, immediately. Like, all excited. So, the excitement for me was killed because of my own expectations. And I feel
And
like I might not be alone in that either because of how they
no,
presented it.
well, it was weird because they kept telling us that Monarch 3. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like we can find the timestamps of them saying it's the first set of next year. And
Yes.
then, I'm seeing that. I'm like, oh, okay. So, like, Enigma's a role player, Levia, Teklo. Like, but then they keep going with, like, Bolton. I was like, okay, I'm completely, like, I don't know what's happening. And then, like, you can kind of tell throughout. It's like, oh, we're going to tell your story. And you're like, okay. I
So,
don't know. It was just underwhelming.
my initial reaction was very upset. I was getting none of the things I wanted.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that might disappoint people is that they didn't announce any new heroes in this set yet. There may still be. Maybe there's like, like Starva was Neverfest, kind of like slide it in there. It's possible. Probably not. Um, but that's something that I think normally hypes people up a lot. There's a new hero, a new identity to like attach yourself to that you're like really excited to like, I want to play this hero. They look cool. Um, so I
Yeah.
think that might disappoint people too. But on the complete flip side, I think this is an excellent time to have a supplemental set.
I agree.
A lot of heroes in the game need help, and expansion slots aren't quite keeping up with the like general power creep of the sets that come out. Because when you have High Seas come out with Gravy Bones, and it's like far and away better than everything else. It doesn't matter how many expansion slots you get; it's not keeping up. So, in order to bring like a lot of these less used heroes to the forefront, I do think you need a supplemental set, and this is a good way to get towards it. The only thing I don't like is they're releasing another non-talented warrior in an Armory deck when there hasn't been a single warrior to LL yet. Much less the marquee one, Dorinthia, is still here. So, uh, I hope they have a great direction. I'm not super happy with this being the way they're taking an Armory deck when most of the time Armory decks are utterly unplayable or they get cards taken out of the game like instantly because there's something too broken in it. Most of the time it's because the decks aren't very good, and I'm scared that we're just going to have another Olympia on the shelf.
Okay. Question for you. Are you ready? What card, if the Armory deck is absolutely broken, gets banned?
I mean, it's gonna have to be something that's like broken with like the concept of the hero. So it's got to be something that like has to do with retaining
like
counters on a weapon. I would think.
Oh, don't say like Oath of was it Oath of Steel?
Is Iron Song Pride a Dory spec? I actually don't even know.
Iron Song Pride?
Is that the
That's
one
the
that
one
put
that
the
just
counter?
drops a +1 counter
No,
on it.
no,
It's
no,
no block
no.
red.
No.
It's
so
not
that
because
would be-
Kasai used to play into Dromai.
That's right. So like that's a card I could see getting banned because they like the ecosystem of the hero is too powerful. Since it has to revolve around like +1 counters.
It's Oath of Steel. I'll fist fight you right now. I think the card is so broken.
I don't even know
Exactly.
warrior cards well enough.
Exactly. My knowledge of random cards goes deep, as Zach saw this weekend with I don't even know what that card was.
Yo, that was wildly impressive that you knew what that card did. I was
Yeah, dude, right?
so caught off guard that you knew that.
Dude, I'm a nerd. I am a
Yeah.
fab nerd. I think I've watched
You-
every stream. Dude, I'm a
You
geek.
flexed. You flexed on people when.
Oh
you
yeah,
knew
no,
what that
this
was.
is 100%. Yeah,
This
you're
deal
100%
is
right
insane.
on the
like it's one of those
Alright.
cards I keep
I
reading.
gotta look this up.
As
now.
soon as I saw the
Oath of
picture, I
Steel.
knew what you were talking about. I haven't thought about the card since
Okay,
Combo Bolt.
so Zach, I still think this is the most broken card that has never been registered at like any good event and like won a game. Like I read this card and every time I'm like, dude, this card is insane, but I don't know how or why or when.
Well, it's like Combo Bolton is the only deck that really made use of this. You can't play
Yeah.
that deck with other warriors having Kabuto.
They played Josh used to play one of as like his fourth Lumina.
Yeah.
Dude, that card's so badass.
So
Anyway, I have 400.
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Before we jump past this, there's one thing that I want to say. Sam hit something a minute ago that I want to talk about for a second. You mentioned that they didn't show, like you guys felt like they didn't like show any cards. Like it was like underwhelming because you didn't really get to see the set. Like one, I think supplemental sets are tough to do that with. Like because if they are going to do a hero, I think they're doing like a sneak and a starvo like you're talking about. But I honestly don't think there's going to be one. I just don't think there will be this time around. But the other thing I want to say is I think they're going to use this time. They're going to use the supplemental set that has like so many cards in it to be like, hey, we're going to get a lot of content creators involved with the spoiler. You know, like I feel like
so.
like like Super Slam, like they got like that was my first spoiler. They got a lot of like people who'd been creating content for the game for a few years now into the spoiler side of things. And I feel like this is where they're going to get like as many people as they can. Like that is my running theory right now. Is that they're going to try and get
really
as
hope
many
so.
people in on the spoilers so that they can just like make it hype for the whole community, and you can bring attention to a lot of like lesser known, smaller YouTube channels.
LSS, please email me on the Marlin card. Thank you.
I love when they get a ton of the community members involved because you just like get these random just banger YouTube videos out of nowhere. Like Eth will drop like a claymation or not a claymation, but he did like the Lego one, I
Yep.
think, this time around. It was sick. Stop motion. That's the word I'm looking for. But you just get like these random videos that are just like dope out of nowhere hit your feed. They're like someone put a lot of time and effort into just some silly card that they got. It's awesome. I love it.
No,
Oh,
for sure.
are you guys excited for Las Vegas again? I know Zach.
It
Well,
was
wait,
just
hold on. Who here? I forgot. Someone here really hated Westgate. I think it was like in episode 1.
I think it was Sam. I think Sam had a really bad time. I remember him saying they messed up his bed. They were rude to him, wouldn't let him check in early. Like, you know what, Westgate? How dare you do that to my friend? I will be reviewing the Westgate personally while we're there this time. Dog shit. What a dog shit place. I hate the Westgate. If LSS goes back to the Westgate, like, I'm not gonna lie, there will be a crash out on my stream one night where I'm like, why? Why? There's the new convention center. There's a Shoney's down the fucking street we could have it at. Why the Westgate? All right, I'm
I'm
done.
like, I'm like, I'm like so excited to like look on the screen and it says Westgate. Dude, I might just explode and enjoy just knowing I get to hear this crash out. I'm like, oh my god. Sweetheart, get the recorder. We gotta
Right.
watch this. Come on.
It doesn't matter if I'm in the middle of a series or not. It'll just be like when they announce that, my stream will just be called Westgate Crash Out. Like that's all it'll be called.
Oh my
I
gosh.
mean,
I will be staying at the live and walking to the Westgate. I'm not joking. On
That's so
God.
based. Oh, can we? Okay, so I'm a foodie. Okay, as everyone like, if you've ever talked to me at an event, I'm just thinking about food. How would you guys feel about going to Bazaar Meats this time?
Oh, am I invited?
I don't even.
Yeah. This one, this one you're invited to.
Oh, okay, cool. You see, I have.
You just have to check Grinder.
I'll make sure I'll check it daily so I can make sure I
Just,
get
just keep the notifications on for me. It's gonna be like 3 a.m. Hey, you up? You want to go to Bazaar Meats?
I mean, I'm down to try anything, so I'm into it. But
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Let's do it.
Okay, sweet.
I
I went there last time. It was delicious.
not necessarily excited to go back to Vegas, but it is a cheap and easy location, and that I am here for.
Dude, you're not excited to go to Vegas? Dude, you're crazy. Dude, Vegas is,
I mean,
dude,
I don't.
it's
get
like an
anything
eating
out of
paradise.
gambling, so
Oh,
I don't think I've ever
I'm
heard
not
anybody
gambling
use
this
the word
time.
cheap and Vegas in the same sentence. So like Sam definitely just like hit a new thing for me right there. That was quite something to hear. It is easy
Well, I
to
mean,
get
like-
to. Like the flights, I assume you're talking about like flights and stuff like that. Like
yeah, flights and hotels are cheap. Food, not so much.
Yeah, like flights are like relatively cheap, which is nice. You know, you get a lot of like one minimal connections or like one connection flights
Yeah.
to Vegas because of how popular it is. So that's kind of nice. And like hotels are not bad. You know, like most of the time if you're gonna gamble, like you know, like I have so many rewards points from gambling that like we basically stay for free every time we go to Vegas, which is nice. So, but I also like get raked over the coals when I'm, you know, gambling after the event. Like, so that's just how it goes. Not at the Westgate. Just
What
in
you're
case
thinking
you're
about
wondering.
too, though? It's like, so we get to go to, so like, I don't know, if you're in North America and you're a grinder next year, dude, you already have a full plate. I will say that, though.
Shit's already packed.
Yes.
It's crazy.
The OP is amazing. I'm really glad that they did, you know, Columbus, San Diego,
On the
Memphis, which so we get to go hang out next to the pyramid again and
Oh yeah,
fight
Redneck
hobos.
Mecca, here we come.
Did you mention Columbus already? Did I miss that one?
Yeah.
either.
January.
Atlanta? Battle Hard in Atlanta, I think.
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna go to that one.
All right, you got to pick a side of the fence, dog. Okay.
I'm getting too snobby.
No,
I'm getting too
hang
snobby
on.
for Battle Hards.
I am gonna like tell you exactly what Taylor said to me the other day. He was like, "Oh, I have to go to Atlanta. I always do well there. I have like a win and I have like a top 8 there." He was like, "I have to go to Atlanta. I can't lose there." Now it's like 3 days later and he's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna go to Atlanta."
I'm not gonna go.
If he shows up to Atlanta, please, I'll leak his deck list. Just punish the shit out of him while we're there, please. I want Taylor to be bullied while we're in Atlanta.
Just play any real deck and you'll punish me. I promise, dude. It's like, oh, I'm on Vincent. I'm like, actually, I'm sorry about this, buddy.
Amazing. No,
It's
I am
like,
very
oh my-
excited about the OP. for next year. Like, there's a lot of good tournaments, just like already. Like, I have already texted my brother-in-law being like, "Hey, can I crash on your couch in Columbus?" Because like they live in Columbus. So I'm very excited. It's gonna be
For the
Can
great.
you
next
ask them
room?
for me too?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
My dog,
Whole
dude. That's
crew.
my homie right there. My grinder boy. I'm so
Me and
proud
you
of you,
and
dude.
Sam, are we gonna have our cuddle puddle episode on their couch? Is that what we're
Oh,
gonna do?
No,
now we're
no, because
talking.
what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get there and you're like, oh, actually, I'm not coming. I'm like, okay, I guess we're doing this again.
Oh man, you gotta let that go. You know,
No, no.
I won a ProQuest. I was not driving 3.5 hours to sit on your couch.
Oh, it's called hang out with the boys. First off,
3.5 hours. Three and a
I
half
drove,
hours.
I
You
drove
didn't
3.5
invite
hours
me
to
to
see you,
dinner.
buddy.
I was in the same building as you, and you didn't even invite me to dinner.
It was you had to go hang out with your agronauts,
You
okay?
did it on Saturday night.
Okay, that was a team
Oh, Saturday.
dinner.
Oh, yeah. You don't want
That
to.
was a little different.
You don't want to go to that. Let me tell you, that was a little weird.
Awesome. I had a great time by
Yo,
accident.
you get such different vibes. That was a little weird. That was awesome.
To be fair, food incredible. I
Okay,
mean,
nice.
I've never been to a Fogo de Chao before. That was delicious.
Dude, that pork belly? That pork belly though?
That pork
Oh,
belly. Oh, best thing I had all
oh,
weekend, and that's just crazy to say.
dude, I thought I was gonna cry right there on the table. I think I did cry actually.
Taylor's
It was
like,
good.
maybe I did. Maybe I literally did.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah, I had a good time. Um, but no, so we did that, and then on Sunday, did you come to the noodle place with us, Sam? I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
did. We went to some noodle place in Chinatown. It was really good.
Okay.
That was it.
No, I mean,
I had,
food.
Where'd you eat at? Tell me about your food. Everyone that watches podcast is into food. They all have to do it.
Honestly, yeah. No, so Friday night went to the Hard Rock Cafe. I hadn't been to one of those since I was a kid. So that was really cool to get to do. Like I always try to pick those places where like you can find something on the menu, no matter how picky you are to eat. Like just so that, like when a bunch of people show up, because we had like 15 people at dinner. It was awesome. It was really cool to like get to hang out with
You're so
everybody.
popular. Holy shit.
Yeah, I know, right? Take notes, Taylor. Um,
Oh my god, dude.
uh, Saturday. God, what did I do Saturday? Oh, I don't even remember what I had for dinner Saturday. I don't
Grinding
know.
that hard.
Yeah, I mean,
Must not have been that good.
yeah, I can't remember what it was, but anyway, like Sunday, I went to that market with the
Yeah.
terminal reading
Yeah,
market, whatever
yeah.
it's called.
Yep.
There was a Indian place, and it was phenomenal. It was so much spicier than I thought it was going to be. But it was phenomenal. I was just sitting there like crying basically because it was so hot and enjoying every second of it powering through because of how tasty it was. So like everything I ate was great. Even the Pop Tarts from the bodega that I had for breakfast were like on point. Like
All
I don't
right.
know. So Philly, it should not be called the land of brotherly love. It should be called the land of good food.
Yeah, food was incredible. If you guys have the chance to go to the terminal market, highly recommend. It was a great time.
Dude, I had Ed Knight make me eggs. I was like, this is the apex of my life. Dude,
Oh,
I didn't know
dude.
I didn't know he was a chef either, dude. He started doing this like one hand and shit. I was like, ooh, that's kind of hot. Like, oh, ooh. I was like, hold on, I have to take a picture of that and send it to my wife. I'm like, can you do this when we get home?
Oh my god.
I gotta let her know.
Somebody please clip this and send it to Chelsea. Please.
Oh, she'll listen to it. She'll listen to it in the shower. Or something.
That is true. That is true.
She'll-
I'll be like
Nice.
sitting there playing video games, and I'll just hear like my voice in the other room. I'm like, oh, that's call it. It's like it's like a jump scare.
Oh, that's awesome. So, after Worlds, Sam talked about this in one of our last episodes where he talked about like the break. Like, the little bit of the just like I don't know, decompressing time here before we get to RTN season. Are you guys really like grinding or testing anything before RTNs, or are you guys like just chilling and like basically running it back for RTNs?
I'm waiting for that BNR to happen.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think the
So
BNR is gonna have something on there. They're and like I think they can propose it as a pre next set BNR, but ban some cards, and that'd be like a good look. But in reality, I think they need they actually need to do something to make the meta not stale. Because the meta is very stale. It's healthy. That's not a bad thing. It's healthy. It's fun. But like playing the same, what it feels like the same meta for like 6 months, this is just awful. But
Yeah,
like
they need
it's
to.
but it's healthy though. Like that's the thing I want people to understand. Like I want bans so I can have fun because like as soon as the next set comes out, I'm hoping the whole meta is just like completely 180 on the ground. We're playing some weird ass decks that are good now. Betsy got a log and like 18 new cards and she's B diff. That's cool. I want that. But like until then, I just want some change up. Ban something out of Verdance, Gravy, and Syndra. Like a little light touch, bring them down 2 or 3%, and then I think it would just be wonderful. How about you, Zach?
I
What are
mean,
you doing nowadays?
honestly, dude, like I'm playing Sage just for fun because I like Sage. I know you guys, probably like, I don't know. I think Taylor said beforehand that like he was not that interested so far, but it's also very early. I think that it's very early. We've not seen like the new set and things like that, but um, I've been playing Sage and Arc Raiders. I might actually just run back my Syndra 80 at RTN season. Or like, I don't know, whatever deck I'm playing. I really like Ashlyn and Ellie's Fi deck that they like played this past weekend in Philly. Like that was really cool. I've been playing that for fun. But yeah, I've been playing Arc Raiders. I'm not testing shit right now. I'm vibing and playing Arc Raiders with my wife. In fact, that's what I'm doing when we're done here in a few minutes. That is the plan, is to play Arc Raiders till like 2 in the
Few
morning.
minutes. That's ambitious.
Whoa, that's what I was gonna do too, but I no way, no way, because like me and Nathan, Will, and Ed and Josh have all been just grinding it.
Yeah,
I
it's
think you jumped in
awesome.
on one of our sessions earlier. Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, I joined and you guys were playing it, and it's hilarious. That was like, I mean, Nathan, like some of the funniest shit I've ever heard come out of Nathan's mouth in my life. Playing Arc Raiders, and y'all are spawning in with like free loadouts. Like it was hilarious.
broke.
This is
Sam,
the card
Sam,
guys
when are you
content we
joining
need.
us?
I mean, probably not. Let me tell you, I've needed a new computer for at least like 9, 12 months now. I can't run jack on this thing. It's
Fair
awful.
enough.
I'm
Well,
only
we say we
built
didn't
to like
try.
section
Sag.
33 on this thing. And
Dude,
you can't get like through the title sequence.
it's a blast, dude. You need to get a new PC so you can play all the fun games, dude.
Yeah, I'm
Catch up
looking
with the
forward to it.
boys.
In the meantime, I'm just chilling, playing some Stardew Valley. I like getting cozy.
Dude, my
Nice.
wife started that yesterday. That's so small world, dude. She's like, have you played this game? I was like, yeah, like 10 years ago. She's like, is it good? I was like, 10 years ago it was good.
All right, well, quick offshoot. I also haven't played in like a decade, pretty much, but they have put so much free content into the game. It's like a brand new game. It's like crazy. So, for anyone who may possibly be in that same boat as me, it's a good shout right now.
So it sounds like everybody's kind of taking it easy. Like waiting on
Exactly.
BNR. We're just kind of hanging out, enjoying the downtime a little bit. Are either of you guys going to Seattle? Okay, I didn't think
I'm
so.
not good enough. I'm not good enough.
I'm debating on if I'm going to Columbus based on this BNR. That's where I'm at. Because if they hit
Interesting.
something else in gravy, I might cry a little while before I jump
I'm
back
a
on the
Hey,
hundred.
horse.
you get more
Dude, I'm a.
cards you can buy, Sam. If they ban something else, you get more gold foil cards you can buy, dog.
Uh,
Yeah, I'll like 99.9% be at Columbus. I think me and Aaron are gonna go up. It's just like free tendies. It's like 6 hour drive for me. I get to play Marlin day 2 again.
I
it's like
think
a 6.5 hour drive, so like I would definitely be down if we want to like get a house together. But I do want to wait until what
Puddle
3
puddle.
weeks, 3 weeks from now when the BNR comes out to like commit.
I
I
am.
highly doubt the Airbnb prices are going to change in 3 weeks from now, so I'm not
I
too
mean, there's
worried.
probably not a lot going on in Columbus in January,
Yeah,
other than Nerd
that's what
Convention
I'm
for us. So,
saying.
like, I mean, I think I'll be in Atlanta and I'll be in Columbus. I'm definitely going to Columbus. Like, it's a calling, like a calling within 6 hours. I'm getting in the car. I'm driving to make it work. So it will be a get in late Friday night though. Like I'm like working all day and then driving in Friday night to not to take PTO.
Like, dude, he's just like me, dude. God, dude, you're just like me. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Working 4 days a week is the best. 4 10s. I just
I would work
schedule
4
myself
tens if they
Friday to
would let me,
Monday.
dog. If they let me, I would, dog. I'm still debating if I'm going to go to Memphis or not, just because it gets so far out and it's in March, and like I have to fly to Memphis. If I can get a relatively decent flight, I will. Because like my problem is like unlike you, Taylor, like I have to connect. I don't have a straight shot from Charlotte. So like I have to take a connection or drive 3.5 hours to get a connection, and I'd
How
rather
far is Memphis from your house?
8 hours, 7 hours.
It's
Dude,
driving distance.
that's driving
Sure.
distance.
Yeah,
I drove to,
and I could
dude,
win the lottery tomorrow. I don't have a
dude,
fucking ticket, okay? Like everybody,
we
calm
drove
down.
to Memphis from Winston.
There's
Last,
0% chance.
no. I'm telling you what we did.
No,
We
I know,
drove.
and I'm telling you, there's no shot.
I have
6
a picture
hours
of
in the
Mad Dog.
cab.
Dude, okay, this is true. I have a picture. When we went to Memphis, it was me, Aaron, and Matt W. And we drove Matt W's car. He's got like an autopilot car. I have a picture of him with his feet on right next to the steering wheel. It was the scariest thing I've ever experienced in my life. I literally thought I was gonna die.
Like I said, I'll be flying to Memphis anyway. Yeah, I mean,
Terrifying.
I don't know if I'm going or not. Like
Are you going
that's
to San Diego with me?
man, I don't know if I'm doing that because like it's tough to do that and go to Japan because like San Diego's one like I have to take like an entire Friday off and like an entire Monday off to fly back. So it's 2 days of my 4 weeks
Leave
gone.
after the calling.
Yeah. Are you flying back Sunday night?
Yep.
Might see what flights you're on and we'll talk about it.
Mhm.
We'll see what flights are you flying in Friday night?
We'll try, yeah. I'm about to do like the craziest like burn and turn ever.
All right, dog. Well, you let me know what flights you find and how much they cost, and I'll
It was
see.
his second
Only
time, but every time he's burning turning. For Worlds, he
one.
got in
Yeah,
Oh
Thursday
yeah.
at like midnight and left Sunday night.
yeah. It was
And
crazy.
and then I went to work on Monday. That was
Yeah,
miserable.
dude, that's
It felt
wild.
different.
Now that that was miserable because you got your flights getting back on Sunday night were 30 kinds of screwed.
Dude, that was a miserable conversation in that car. Cause they're like, "Oh, do you want us to drive you home?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm good." So I get to the
Yeah,
airport,
because
and I look down at my phone. It's like I was supposed to leave at like 9:10, and then I look down. It's like, "Oh, it's been delayed till 12:30." Cool. And it's like 7:10. I'm
And this
like,
is after you turn down like a ride home.
yeah. So I'm driving
Oh
Taylor to the
man.
airport, but I also drove Aaron up with me from my house, and Aaron's car is at my house.
Oh, so you had like a
So
free ride home too,
yeah,
like
he could ride
basically.
all the way home. The problem is he's parked at the airport,
Oh,
and that would have been a pain. But
wait,
yeah,
you're
we could have
parked.
driven him like the whole way.
I mean, dude, like, couldn't you have just went back and got your car on Monday or something?
I worked on Monday, dog. How was I supposed to get to work?
Let your wife take you to work. Y'all got one car and you left her ass at home and you left it at the
No, no,
airport?
no, no, no. We have two cars, but she goes to work at 4:30 in the morning, and I go to work at 8.
I didn't say there wasn't a sacrifice to pay, but like, come
So,
on,
so,
dog.
buddy, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm the sugar baby in our marriage. Okay,
I
I'm
understand.
just saying.
Same. I understand.
Whatever she wants, she gets. Okay.
So,
She keeps buying me nice cardboard, and I'm like, "Sure, sweetheart. Where do you want to eat tonight?"
so what time did you get home?
I think I like my head hit the bed probably 2:45 to 3 o'clock, and then I got up at 7 o'clock and went to work.
Yeah, that's miserable, dude. There's no shot I'd
I,
have made
gr-
it.
I
We're
grinded
calling
that.
sick, like good lord.
I can't call in sick, dude. It's like if I call in sick, no work can actually be done at like what I do. So it's like I have to get up and do it.
So
Alright.
my flight was at 6 a.m. Monday morning, and I was
Yeah.
at home Monday like 9:30. I came home and slept for like 4 hours. It was awesome.
You seem like someone that gets like upset stomach when they eat Taco Bell too.
I mean,
Do you?
I have to use the bathroom when I eat
Come
Taco
from-
Bell.
Oh my God, your genes are weak, Zach.
Dude,
That's the
like,
issue.
dude, when I ate that Indian food when I was in Philly, I mean, dog, I blew it up. I blew up that hotel bathroom, dog. It
Oh,
was tough.
boys, You want to say that, but we went to Fogo de Chao and it was 10 boys in the same house. It was a mess. And
I mean,
anyway,
it wasn't like quite like, Emma walking into the hotel room he's not staying in, taking a giant shit and then walking out as we all like go to dinner or whatever bad. But
Jesus
it was tough. It was tough. I was like,
Oh,
casually.
hey, I remember
Well,
that.
anyway, I'm gonna bring us back a full circle a little bit here. We've been talking about playing some Sage, as they've announced that is the next premier format we're playing it in Yokohama. So, I think this discourse, like just brushing past how you feel about Sage, because we all feel a little bit different. It's going to change dramatically here in about 2 months, I'm sure. But the idea has been floating around of doing best of 3 for Sage, and I have a little bit of a different proposal that I've been like throwing feelers out. Which maybe they do this, maybe they don't ever do it ever, but it'd be cool. But in LOR, there is this system for competitive tournaments where you brought 3 decks. When you sat down, you showed them to each other. Each of you banned one at the same time, so there was no like information like gained on when you banned, and then you would have to win a best of 3 with your 2 remaining decks. And when you won, that deck was like retired. You had to win on both decks essentially. And with Sage, I feel like that's a very reasonable thing to do when the decks only cost like $10-$20 to bring like 3 of them. They're small, they can all fit in like one deck box anyway. I don't know. I feel like it'd be really easy. I think it would add a higher level of competition and skill to the format. And you don't need to do this for like everything. I'm not saying like every showdown has to be like this, but maybe at like Yokohama, like a pro tour, they do a best of 3 where you bring 3 decks. Like that would be sick. I think. What do you guys think?
So I never played LOR, but they did something like this in Magic one time at like the World Championship or something like that, I think, or I can't remember what it was, but they did something like this at Magic, and I remember really enjoying it because it's fun to see like how people. I'm assuming that when we sit down and you ban a deck, I tell you what 3 heroes I have.
Yeah, yeah. You show each other at the same time. You both ban at the same time, and then you have to win a best of 3 with your decks, and one deck is retired when you win with it.
You have to win a best of 3 with the 2 decks you have left.
Yes.
Yeah, so you have to win with the other 2 decks.
Yes.
In Sage, they probably can make this possible. I guess one of my concerns is like the fatiguey, like Oldham like style decks. Like I don't
Ban
think
it.
you. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if that's like a part of the format, like I don't know how you make this super feasible because if you get like this is a 35-minute format, right? And it's like so
Yeah.
now if we play 3, like if you bring 3 degenerate fatigue decks, you could have people go like how do you manage time? Oh, it's a draw
Okay.
because nobody
That's
wins.
fair.
But I do agree that you are adding like for what probably 95% of games, you are adding the better player wins more often than not because you're playing more games than just one high rolly 20 life game. Which I do think is cool. You have to find a way to moderate it better, but it's a really cool idea in theory.
I think the way it's set up right now with because we didn't really talk about this yet, but if anyone doesn't know, the community is setting the bans for Silver Age, which is a very scary thing in and of itself. But past that, it's another way to kind of like moderate what you play against to a degree, and also let you come up with strategies for targeting what are conceivably the best decks left after the bans. So, like one of the popular things for LOR was you could bring the 3 best decks, or you could target the other 2 with the 3 decks you bring and always ban one of them. So you'd bring like these like rogue decks that were all of a sudden a whole lot more viable in this format this way than you could like say on like a ladder system where it's all best one.
That's interesting.
I think I'm not going to Yokohama right now because if the format is 6 rounds of Sage. So I'll wait till I see the next set before I make any any decisions based on that. But like, I am not a fan of the format. I just got back from an Armory playing it for the first time in paper. Played a lot on Talshar. And like, my wife's at like 14, and she's on Ira, and I'm on Azalea, and I hit her for like 17 dominate out of nowhere, and she just dies on like turn 2. She's like, "Yeah, that was great." I was like, "Yeah." And we just like look at each other, and she's like, "What do we do now?" It's like 29 minutes left in the round. I was like, "I don't know. Want to go to the ABC store?" She's like, "Yeah."
I actually think this is why they decided to give us the power to ban stuff, to ban heroes, because of stuff like that. Like they're saying you have a choice in it, which I also kind of think is so that LSS can point the finger at us, if I'm being honest. But I'm okay with that because I think the player base
Anyways,
should be held accountable too, instead of just sitting around bitching all the time like a bunch of fucking crybabies, which is what card game players do. Like
Oh yeah, tell me how you really feel.
people just like to complain. Like that's a whole
I love it. I love it.
we can have a whole episode where I just rant about people, where I complain about people complaining. Yes, I see the irony, everybody who watches this. Um, but I don't know. Like I think that they're trying to fix stuff like that, and I don't know if they're going to do this, but I saw somebody make the suggestion that the only way you can vote for what's banned in Sage is if you have played in a Sage event, even if it's an Armory. There needs to be like a physically registered event in your gym profile for you to vote on what they ban in Sage. And
Oh, I agree with
I
that.
I like that.
I mean, I think
Okay.
at the bare minimum, they're going to have to be like, you have to have played at an armory in the past 90 days in order to vote, or else they're just going to get people bot farming,
Right.
which would be horrific.
Right. So I mean, like I hope that LSS has thought about how they're going to regulate this, because if they haven't, it's going to
Sure, they
be
have.
I'm sure they have
Okay.
to, just in
I want to
case.
propose a way to fix the format. Okay. Instead of young and adult, make tweens or something, and they have 30 life. None of the games I've played have been good on 20.
I mean, that's not
Let's
really
think
very
about it.
feasible at the moment, right?
Buddy, my job isn't to think about the feasibility of my ideas. They're just to throw them out there and let other people tell me how dog shit they are, okay?
This
That's
is
the reason I
why
have a
we.
podcast.
This is why it's a problem. The community's regulating ban.
Exactly.
So I guess my biggest concern is that, like, if you leave everything else the same and you make like everything 30 life, like doesn't fatigue Oldham and shit like that just dominate?
Until you well, like so like how many decks are getting banned? Like that's a better question. It's like we're
3?
gonna
They
ban
said
one deck?
3, right?
3?
They said 3 heroes
Pretty
a
sure it was
season.
3.
It's like Chain, Ira, Briar, but that leaves like Azalea, Bravo, all the fatigue decks, KO. Yeah, like I don't see how this is gonna. I am just interested to see how this works.
So I think if you got to a format that was like centered around Giga Fatigue, it actually wouldn't be that bad because Enigma's in the format, and those decks just like
I guess
fall
Enigma
over.
and Fatigue, or I'm sorry, Andromai are both in the format. Like you have
Yeah.
multiple illusionists who can keep that in check. Okay, I guess that's fair. Okay.
See, that's the part that scares me because the community hates Illusionist and Wizard, and I feel like a lot of them don't realize how big of a problem Fatigue decks get if you give them the power to be unchecked by banning Enigma and Dromai and whatever Wizard of the month. So that part scares me more than anything.
I am 100%, like, if you put a gun to my head and said pick what 3 heroes I think will get banned, before they like do BNR, before the new set, I would say it's going to be Azalea, Oldham, and Chain. And I think they're going to do Azalea and Oldham. Maybe not even if they're the best deck, because they feel bad. They are decks that feel bad to play against and to lose to. And you're going to pick Chain because there's been one Sage event and there was 5 in the top 8.
Oh, but you have to remember that we have a whole set. I am putting a lot of optimism on Pin, like
Yes.
to fix a lot of the issues that I have with Sage. Like I am putting probably too much optimism into this set, and I'm hoping that it pays off. But like right now, I just think that Pince has a huge boot to fill when it comes to fixing what I think is Sage. But there's 350 cards. That's a lot of cards. They can do a lot of things. I'm putting my optimism into LSS for this one.
I think
If
you
it's
are.
like,
Go ahead, Sam.
if if it's like 300 cards that are of equal, like the power level we were seeing of like whatever the elemental strike is, and then like 40 reprints of like much needed cards like they reveal with balance and eye, I think the set will be like a very good, successful set at both targeting CC decks and Sage. I am not certain that's like the quality of the cards I've seen already, and that's kind of concerns me. There
I do.
are you good.
No. You go. I'm more interested in your take.
There are definitely cards I think are powerful. I think the new Tickle head is like really cool and can be very powerful in this set, but I don't see that affecting Sage. And then I've got the other side of the coin where um, the what was the card? The new pirate chest that blocks one and gives you 3 resources.
Yeah.
I assume is like just some way to like target anti Azalea or something like, or the new Bravo or something, where the
Yeah.
pirate
Just like an
heroes can
unmovable.
block with it and then play a free unmovable as like a really good like spike into them, and then play a very good offensive hand because those heroes are good with offensive hands if they don't have to pitch a blue to an unmovable to get out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know.
There's
So
a lot going on in the set.
Taylor made the comment a minute ago that he is like, I basically interpreted that as like you're cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
But I think the part that's important about this is being optimistic, because I think that being optimistic about Pin is exactly how you should feel moving forward. There are multiple things that happened in 2025 regarding like bans or OP announcements or like not making bans, like things like that, where LSS has caught a lot of grief over this year. And people have been saying, oh, you didn't do this right, you didn't do this. I genuinely think that LSS, I've said this from day one, and I still believe it now. They care about us. They want us to be happy as players. And I think they have taken all of the feedback, whether it was constructive feedback or just people being asshats on Twitter. I think they've taken all the feedback and they are going to do this right. They are going to do Sage right. I think Compendium of Wraith is going to be good. I think it's going to be a good set for everybody. People who like to open cards. I think it's going to be good for people who are looking to get into to Sage. And I say that because they also took up the price on this set. I don't know, like I think they mentioned that at the keynote. Like
Yes.
the price is going up on this set, and so I think LSS has put a lot of things into one basket with this. And if they mess this up, this could be like a big L for a lot of the community and how they feel. And so I genuinely think that they're sitting around going, "We can't mess this up." And so they have taken the time and the thought, and I think this set's going to be a banger.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the set
Yeah.
like being a failure would be absolutely cataclysmic to the health of the game because people are really upset right now.
And
And
like Riftbound is just eating players right now.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I turn on a stream and it's like 5 Magic. Oh, it's like fab players in every round. I'm like, oh my god, dude. If this doesn't do well, it ain't good, Chief. It ain't good.
yeah, I think with the way this year has gone, a really hot start would do a lot of good for the game. So I really do hope that Pen is good.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can review this conversation in like 2 months, whenever we get like hot garbage, and we can just like become a Riftbound podcast.
So what
If
episode is
this
this
is
so we
Dust
can
Till
come
Dawn
back and mark
2,
it?
Oh, I think I hate saying these words, but like if it's Dust Till Dawn 2, it might be time to move out for me, at least. I was like, I can't do it again. Like, but I'm being consciously optimistic. Like, I will
I'm
say though,
optimistic for this set.
I mean, like everyone's optimistic, but like we did see like Salvage Claw, which is RKO's weapon, which is doesn't do jack diddly.
I'm still confused about that one. It's
It's
what
it's Wrecker
claw are you
Romp, but way
on?
shittier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one kind of was kind of made me nervous, but I don't know why
That
that's
one's
the card
weird.
that they want to show off. Like, You probably got some better cards back there. You guys could have shown off than Savage Claw, please.
You guys want to take some questions?
Yeah. I
Not
was
that
about
I'm
to
not
get us in
enjoying
there.
talking to you guys, but I can hear Carly talking to our friends about arc raiders in the other room, and so like I'm starting to like scratch here. So let's wrap this up.
We got the
Okay.
addiction.
So I have questions pulled up here. I tell you what, Sam, you get a break this week. I'll read the questions. How about that?
All right.
Sam can have a break. All right, so Dave the Pyro asks, so when I play miniature games team tournaments that were 3v3, the pairing was each team puts one player forward, each team chooses one player to play against the player put forward, the remaining two play each other, all matchups are revealed at the same time. It created an interesting dynamic as you could attempt to protect one member from bad matchups while also having someone to potentially throw under the bus. The question is, would this be cool for Flesh and Blood, or does it add too much to round timers and cause problems in Gym?
Dude, the logistics of that would just be insanely awful. Because, like, for Worlds, I literally looked at my phone and saw that I could add 2 deck lists to Worlds, and my mind was exploded with that.
All right now.
I was like, oh
I
my
don't
god,
think it
dude,
would
we
be
can
that
do that?
bad. I like this is gonna be the exact same as running a team tournament now. I feel like it's just instead of you guys all having assigned seating, you just have this system at the very start for 60 seconds.
My one quarrel with this is that you have to have a way to keep people honest about this kind of thing, or otherwise people are like, "Oh no, we didn't pick this person," like after decks were revealed or something like that. Like a team literally gets up and moves around, or some nonsense like after heroes are flipped, and it's your word against theirs, and so that scares me a little bit. But other than that, I mean, it'd be fun. I would run like a local tournament that way, just to see what happens, just for fun one day.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of fun to be had. I wonder how this would affect like. I guess it really wouldn't affect gem pairings too much. I think it'd probably be fine if you did this at a team tournament.
You'd have
Um,
to do it like how they do in Magic, where like you put one person in gym on your team, and then like
yeah,
that person goes to the table, and like you're all just you follow them around kind of thing. Um, but yeah, I mean, doing this at a local level would be fun. You know, we could go to Sam's locals and do it. You know, since they're so soft, like it'd just be
yeah.
great, right? Taylor, not I was like, not even a smile, Taylor. I was like, dog, that's cruel.
That was a good callback. That was a good callback for the veterans of the podcast.
Thanks.
I liked it. I liked it.
All right,
Sam didn't like it. Oh, hold
Terrible,
on.
awful
Hold
joke.
on. Tangent time. I want to talk about one more tangent thing.
okay,
Okay.
hit it.
I think that the LL multiplier sucks. I just want to get that out there.
Are you
Okay.
talking about the half, the one and the double, or
Yeah.
time and a half, or
Yeah.
whatever?
I have now, like after 6 months of like living under it, think it's dog shit.
It's
I think it's a
half,
crutch.
1 and 1.5, right?
Yeah.
It's
I think it
absolutely a crutch, but
I think it's a bad crutch because they're like, we're gonna ban more aggressively, and then they actively don't ban more aggressively because they have the multiplier, and it's kind of like this whole parasitic thing now where they're like, well, Syndra has 600 points, but she's won 18,000 tournaments, but she only has 600 points, so she's fine. And I think it is a crutch and a half, and I hate it. I think it is awful and has caused the stagnation of this meta. Because I think if they had normal LL points, they'd have been more aggressive with the bans, and we wouldn't have the stale meta that we have right now. That's my okay. There we go.
yeah. So if we didn't have the LL modifier, Syndra would have LL'd.
Burdens would be very
Brady
close.
would be 520 points. And yeah, Verdance also I believe would be LL'd because she's at 642 and she would have gotten the
Yeah, but in the
in
real world,
person.
they would have never LL'd because they would have aggressively banned to keep them from LLing that quickly. That would have actually have happened, and the meta would have been a completely different meta and been much less stale.
Or
So
even let them go. Like I feel like
Oh, dude, having Aurora again? Oh my god, dude. Oh
yeah,
no, no.
like why wouldn't they just do it again? Like I mean they stopped it from
Would
happening
it get
again by
so many
having
new
this
players? It'd be
modifier.
insane. Don't even with me.
so I'm pretty sure Cinder would still be like 100 short, right? Because she was out
Even if
she was out for a while, and like it was normal like before they did the system. Like
Maybe.
she got like 300 and some points the first season, and then they changed it to half or whatever during that arc the
Okay,
end
okay.
season. So like
It's
she would
still
be, but yes, no, she would be at 900. Like I'm just clarifying for
yeah.
everybody
No,
watching at
no.
home.
Yeah. I still think it's absolute dog water, and the way they incorporated it was dog water as a crutch to save their own ass. And I think that like you just need to balance your game better in a way that like doesn't do this.
This is what I would call a band-aid solution. And I think they gave us this band-aid because they are trying to internally work out how they're going to balance better moving forward. And so I think I've always thought they were going to get rid of it once they solved the problem. And this was like a, hey, we need a quick fix now so that we can like not have things be crazy like Aurora was. And so they put this into place. And then once they figure out what they want to do, they're going to take the system out. That's what I think is going to happen.
Do you know what the perfect hero in Flesh and Blood is? I think I've thought about this a lot. I
Well,
think
right.
Dash
First
IO.
off,
I think Dash IO. The way that Dash IO has incorporated with the LL system is fantastic. It is like
well,
it's been steadily like this. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't break the game in half. It's just
all right. First off, this is like an awful take because
thank you.
Cerebellum and High Octane were in the game at the same time,
Well,
and
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
deck
Oh,
was
like
yeah.
for that like one moment, but that's because they don't.
Well,
Dude,
for Worlds last year,
what?
one moment
Now
like
we're gonna go to a different tangent now, Sam. I'm sorry, Zach, that you're here for this. I'm sorry. Why would they print a card in an Armory deck that needs to get a card banned in CC? I had a buddy buy into the Dio deck. He never played. He bought everything, and then like 2 weeks later, they banned High Octane, and the deck went from like this great deck to like mid at the time because of the meta. And he's like, okay, and he just sold his card and went back to Magic. I was like,
that's what happens when they do these bans. Like so they made the gravy tipple bans. I think we lost 3 gravy players locally, like immediately afterwards. There's like this deck sucks now. I don't like playing it. They're not like your Michael Fang, so the deck just like is like a 30% to everything now. So like the same exact thing happened with the gravy bans. It's just like
yeah, I mean, but to be honest, there is no right decision that they could do. I just want to get off my chest. Someone brought that up to me in Philadelphia to talk about it. In my opinion, I just thought it's been like bottling inside of me. Okay, Zach, give us the next user question.
The next question comes from Sal the Gamer Crawford. Now that Zach and Sam have answered my question at Worlds, why hasn't Taylor agreed to answer it? Do you know what question this is, Taylor?
I do. I do know what question it is. I'm gonna plead the fifth. I'll have my people talk to his people. Next question.
Next question.
so. Here's a fun tangent from Philly, real quick. We'll get a tangent in here. So it's Thursday night. I'm at the artist booth getting stuff signed, and somebody comes up to me and asks me to sign a cracked bauble, and I'm like, hell yeah, I would love to do that. So I signed the cracked bauble, and I go. And I tell Taylor about it afterwards, and he's like, "Oh, that must have been Sal. No one else would have done that." And then, lo and behold, on Sunday, Sal comes up to me, introduces himself, and says, "Hey, I'm Sal," and he asks me the question, of course, and of course I agree to it. And but he then asked me to sign a crack bauble, and Taylor's like, "What? Someone else asked you to sign a crack bauble?" But
Dude,
I had
we
like
signed. I think we signed 6.
I think there's 4 crack baubles and then a playmat crack bauble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I signed was 4 and a mat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was really cool. I love it. I hope we get asked to sign crack baubles at every event we're all at from now on.
I hope
Oh
we
my-
all sign the same 4 crack baubles, and there aren't a bunch of like 2 pieces like running around.
Oh man, it's like Exodia pieces. Like just like imagine you can collect them all. Like
Dude, can you imagine like one of us go to a calling, one of us saying there, and this guy just has 2 signed crack bobbles. It's not even break points. It's just break.
amazing.
He's missing like the other half.
I love this idea. I love this.
Okay, back to user questions. I know Arc Raiders is calling your name. I'm sorry.
I mean, listen, if I just dip out in the middle of the episode, just know I got tired of tangents. And the one episode I'd like to leave and do something else.
Well, that was your
Anyway,
fault.
clearly, this was on me. Our next question comes from our boy Top 8 Trent. What was your favorite moment from the weekend, and why was it meeting a group of nerds in the royal purple hoodies? Seriously, though, it was great to meet slash hang out slash and talk with all three of you guys. You're all pretty chill.
So I had a
Okay.
great time meeting everybody, and it was really funny that I got to meet Trent for the first time, but I had met his wife like 6 months ago. That was a fun time.
Oh, I was there for that when you all had that conversation. That was hilarious. Yeah, Charlotte, right? Or something like that?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Boulevard in Charlotte. So that was
Yeah.
fun. I had a great time meeting everybody. That was honestly like the highlight of the weekend was meeting everybody. I met like a bunch of new people, and there's a bunch of people that um had come up to me like in the past, like, "Oh, hey, it's nice to see you again." You know, that was awesome. I love talking to you guys. It's always a great time. My favorite moment from the weekend is honestly probably gonna be the sushi dinner.
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
It
That's
was
pretty
so
good.
damn good. But as far as like I think from the in the event hall, I was feeling real hot. I was feeling myself real good coming out of CC because like I executed my game plans perfectly in like the last 3 rounds of CC. I was like, oh, I'm catching fire. I might actually make a run, and then it didn't. But I was
Classic.
Same.
feeling really good at that point.
Welcome to LL, baby.
My what? Okay, so I took like 5 pictures in Philly, maybe 4 or 5 pictures, and it blows my mind because after the pictures, I'm like, I wonder who they're sending that to. I'm just curious. I just want to know, like,
Oh,
it's
dude,
just so silly.
I took a picture with somebody like a couple months ago at a PQ, and there's the Card Fight King. They ask questions on here sometimes.
Yeah.
Very nice meeting them, and they posted their picture on Twitter. They're like, I don't remember exactly what it was because I'm not on Twitter, so I didn't get tagged in it. But one of my locals was like, "What? How did you like? What is this from? Where did you meet them?" Like they showed me a picture of me on Twitter with the Card Fight King, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that happened at PQ a couple weeks ago," and they were like, "What the hell's happening?"
That's awesome,
Oh,
dude. I
So
love
that was
that.
pretty surreal stuff. I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love that in the B-roll of Worlds, there's like a video of me putting my hand on my head and stuff, and so like my
Yep.
locals like had that like screenshot, and they're like sending it like in like the local Discord a couple times to me, and
In your ass.
it's like I didn't see your game, but it looked like you were like playing in the game. What happened? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about at all. And then says another localist in Philadelphia is like, I heard his name over the intercom to be on a stream. I was like, no, you didn't. And then they're like, anyway, so here's the stream games we didn't post. I was like, oh my god, no, this is my worst nightmare. I had like 3 tags, and they're like, dude, this is a dog shit game. I was like, oh my god.
Taylor's like, no,
But he
they've
was so
outed
nice.
me.
I was like, I've never lost on stream, and then boom, there it is. I'm like, oh no, it's there. He was so nice though.
Technically, you still haven't lost on stream because it didn't get streamed.
You're correct, because you have to dig deep for these videos because they're unlisted, so you have to like know things.
It's not deep. You just go into fat.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Don't tell them where. I'm gonna edit you all out. Oh, so what's the next question before we start talking about this?
With the beach, diner heroes, and golf Reinar, how do you feel about the alt art promo heroes, and what theme would you like to see at some point in the future, assuming you aren't against them for the second question?
I think they're sick. I love them. Like I was a little bit like we saw the Diner Heroes and I was like, these aren't that great. But seeing them in person, they actually looked, I thought, a lot better. The playmat is also really good. If you got the Worlds package, I really liked how it looked. I would love to see more of them, and I think they can get a little bit wackier with like Diner and Beach are like very normal like activity kind of sort of. I mean, Diner is like, but you can see it. I think they get kind of wacky with it. Like, what if we made like Eldritch horror theme set, and there's like Vincent and Levia and like some like abominations altars and stuff like that? I think that'd be really cool. I think I want to see it like kicked up a notch in like the level they take it, not just like tame. They're in swimsuits.
Aim for you, baby.
So I already have one that I wanted to see, but it's kind of like on the border of like a slippery slope for like how they design things. I would love to see an Assassin's Creed like fit in with all of the assassin heroes. But I'm worried of like how that happens. Like that slippery
We could do
slope
a
that
Monster Hunter one. We could throw
exactly.
in some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
See,
SpongeBob
Avatar.
being one.
exactly.
Dude,
Spider Man,
dude,
exactly.
The
dude, Zen,
Office.
I
Zen as
understand.
Aang, go wild.
I understand what I just said. I still think it would be cool to see like a slippy like Ezio, like Assassin's Creed like
I'm gonna
thing.
be real with you. I might have to edit this out because I don't want you to lose all your subscribers on YouTube.
I hate you so much. I hate you
What?
so much.
What? For saving your ass, Zach?
No.
This seems really backwards. Okay.
Bring on the heat.
I'm
Okay.
all for like alters and skins, for I guess a lack of a better term, for all of the different cards. As long as we don't start going down Magic's like theme sets, please.
Oh, like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, but let's not do that.
I stand by it. I think it's cool. Like I think Magic is killing it because they're doing entire sets out of it. But I think that like alternate heroes based on like worlds and like shit like that is like not a bad idea.
Yeah, you give me
Okay.
like a Cloud Bolton or like a Sephiroth or something for a warrior. You know,
No.
like
What you should
Kinda
do,
do
follow
it.
me here, okay? Follow me. You should have had like Bravo for Philadelphia, but he's like buff George Washington, and his in Titan's Fist
he's
is
just Rocky.
no. He's buff George Washington, and then his weapon is the Independence Bell and his Titan's Fist, and he's got the bell
You have
for
any
like,
idea how much money I would have thrown at this?
dude. Tell me how
About
sweet that would have been though.
$150.
You had like Ben Franklin, you had like Ben Franklin with like the kite, and it's like Ocilio, and then you have like the kite is like Volzar, dude.
It'd be
I'm
amazing.
just saying, dude. I would, right, dude. I was like, oh, dude,
This goes hard. You know what? Cancel me for the Assassin's Creed thing. Taylor's onto some shit. That's awesome.
I'm just saying, dude. That would have been crazy,
That's
dude.
a
Anthos, but
banger
it's Liberty
idea.
Bell.
Cool.
Oh,
I love this idea. All right. Let's see. We have one more question. One of them is not real. We have two more questions, but one of them is who is Taylor? We're not gonna. That's an easily another 2 hour.
so hold on.
Oh,
I have a
God.
bachelor's in philosophy. We could talk about this.
Yeah, like I said, this is another 2 hour like tangent of an episode. Absolutely not tonight. Will we get a team review of Taylor's stream game? I felt like I was left on a cliffhanger. The video ends with, "I know where I made my mistake."
I have one mistake in the game. I think that's an apparent real mistake that doesn't like have like the crazy 2020 vision.
I think I'll
Like-
send you a screenshot of
We-
Sam's message. There's more
Yeah,
than
yeah.
one.
I did like
Yeah.
a full review on
Yeah,
Taylor's game. Most
But
of it is Lamau, this deck sucks, but there's real
There's-
advice in there.
There's like one actual like misstep, I think, like without like hindsight or me drawing cards in a different like number way kind of thing.
I think there's two, to be honest. I think the Codex and not getting Battering Bolt was a mistake.
Battering Bolt was not a mistake. I actually, because me and Aaron played that matchup a few times, he's always told me it's a lot more awkward to actually throw the harpoons than it is the Battering Bolt.
So here's why I disagree in this instance. You did it off of a Codex of Frailty, and the daggers are already like de-incentivized to be thrown, so the blues are a lot less useful.
I mean, that's the same thing with like the reactions. If I just do that, he just blocks his hand out past the turn.
Yeah, but he didn't do that because you didn't pick Battering Bolt, right? Like he arsenaled a Shelter instead, so he can arsenal a D-React.
It didn't matter actually if I took that line then, because then I passed turn anyway with 4 cards in an arsenal.
But you take the D-React because then he can't block it on a later turn cycle with Hat and double D-React. That's the point. I think that like did trickle down to a real mistake.
Agree to disagree.
All right. It's a minor one. I don't think it like would have ultimately changed a lot in the game, but I think it definitely made a difference. Second thing, on turn 10, Taylor's opponent attacks with a pain in the backside.
That was
and has 1 card left in hand and an empty arsenal. And Taylor also has an empty arsenal, and he blocks the pain in the backside. And the follow-up Codex absolutely blows him out of the game.
Yeah, that one is my mistake. Yes, because I thought it was a D-React in hand. I read it as a D-React from the previous turn cycle, the way he blocked. And then it wasn't. It was a Codex, and I got my absolute back blown out. I think that's the moment I lost the game from my side. in the IP5.
Yeah, that one was really terrible, but also he played 2 cards and passed. So both your decks suck terrible in that cycle.
I had a great time though.
So
I'm just happy I had a stream game 2 critique. Isn't that
there's
right,
there's
Banana
your quick
Man?
critique of it, buddy.
Okay, so I think this has been a
Oh,
great episode of us complaining.
there is one more.
Wait,
Did I
wait,
miss
there's one more
one?
question.
Did I miss one?
There's one more question. Yeah, Ian the Levia guy. He asks, what kind of food is the best post-event group dinners, and does it change if you go 12-0 or 0-3?
It does change.
It does, yeah.
0-3 is like Waffle House, Taco Bell.
12-0 is
12-0?
we're not going out to dinner. I need to prep for top 8. We're getting something
Yeah.
quick.
Ed, keep cracking them eggs with one hand.
I don't know. It doesn't change for me. Like I like to eat good food, no matter how I'm doing. Like, it doesn't matter. I want to go somewhere. I want to hang out with people. I want to grab a good dinner. That's me though.
I'll have to invite you next time.
No, it's cool. I think I might just go to like the Taco Bell Cantina in Vegas by myself.
Oh, wait. Did
Oh,
you
you got to
come
come
with
with
us?
us, actually. The
No,
cantina's
I
sick.
didn't. Huh? I wasn't invited to that either. How about that?
Because you're so popular and busy with all your aggro nights. It's like, it's hard to pull you aside. I'm sorry that you're so popular and nice.
Because you struggled to talk to me all weekend. I could tell.
Yeah, dude, it's, like I have to push people to the side to say hey to you.
Uh-huh.
Like, pay attention to me.
Just pull a Damien. Just walk up in the middle of my conversation and start
I can't do
talking
that.
to me. Just do it.
It's actually insane. I'm talking to my wife, and he stands in between me and my wife like an eclipse. It's actually insane.
It's quite an interesting concept.
Oh, boy.
Very
All right.
impressive.
Like,
That's
follow,
the end, though.
subscribe
That's
if you
the
made it
last
to
of the
this point.
questions.
Please, like, follow, subscribe, Jesus. Like, I mean, if you made it this
Don't
far.
forget, we have like Codex journals and Fab Blazing to thank.
Yes. Yeah, we skipped over the intro as normal, going over our weeks a little bit this time. But yeah, we are sponsored by Codex. Get your sweet Breakpoints journal. Link is in the description. We're also brought to you by Fablazing, which is a great place to get a lot of data on trying to truncating your testing, seeing what cards are good for certain matchups. There's a lot of data in there to check out. You may not need to check out the Living Legend section anymore because that might be shelved permanently. But they do have Silver Age as a section now that you can check out for your prep for Pro Tour Yokohama. So give it a look.
Thank you for staying this long. This is a long episode.
Yeah, as always,
It's
love
mainly-
having you guys.
Yeah, it's mainly because Zach has to go play Arc Raiders. I'm trying to hold him as long as I can. But anyway,
This could have been like a 2.5-hour episode. We still have plenty more
easily.
to talk about.
Easily.
But-
I had like 2 more subjects lined up, but I was like, I'll wait till next
Yeah.
week.
Y'all
We'll
have
save
at
it.
it. Y'all have at it. It's going to be a 2-man podcast the rest of the night.
We have
'cause you've hit your time limit.
we have a killer lineup for guests coming up for the next couple months. So you know,
Yeah.
if you need to take a break for Arc Raiders, we do have some great guests coming.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, well, thank you guys for listening.